Hi, today I'm going to discuss how eating could starve the cancer cells. And specifically, we're going to talk about one food. This is a keto diet. And keto diet for cancer treatment. If you don't know what is keto diet, you may go to my channel. I have one specific video describing what is keto diet. Here I just very specific mention that keto diet is just lower carb and high fat food. It is a very diversified food, but major idea is that low carb, which provide lower sugar, and high fat, use fat as energy for the cells. And so the focus today is keto diet, and the keto diet for cancer treatment. And I would like to start with some case report and to show how people successfully employ this keto diet for the cancer treatment. And our first one is Dr. David Joker. When he was 27 years old, he found he has skin cancer on his body, and it is already stage 4 and metastatic to his different part of the body. And as a doctor, he did extensive investigation, and he concluded the keto diet would be the best diet for him to combat these deadly diseases. And he practiced keto diet seriously. So after certain times, less than 1 year, and his skin cancer on his nose and body went away completely. And due to this reason, that Dr. David Joker started to promote this keto diet. And right now she is CEO of a keto diet company, and his website is called davidjoker.com, which have extensive information how to use keto diet for cancer treatment. That is really inspirational. He's the one actually introduced me to the keto diet. After I read his story, I was really inspired. That's why I get into it, read more. The more I read it, the more I trust it. So that's why I become fan of Dr. David Joker. I also now practice keto diet in my daily life. And the second case is Dr. Nasha Winters. And Dr. Winters was diagnosed with stage 4 ovarian cancer at the age of 19. And the doctor just gave him a few months to live, asked him to prepare his business. Again, like Dr. Joker, she fought for his life through his own effort, and he did a lot of research, a lot of discussion with his doctor, and then finally decided keto diet is diet for him. And so after a few years, she survived the latest stage cancer. Again, he also found a company is closely related to this keto diet, and now he's a national figure on keto diet. He promotes keto diet wholeheartedly, and also he wrote one book and based his own experience, the metabolic approach to cancer. integrating deep nutrition, the ketone diet, and the non-toxic bi-individual therapies. This is really another inspirational story. Another report is Logan Snad, and he was diagnosed with stage 4 brain cancer at the age of 20. And despite of surgery and chemotherapy, and because this cancer already metastasized to other parts of the body, and the doctors think he has less than 1 year life, again, Logan tried best and did a lot of extensive research, and based on his research, he identified cancer diet, keto diet as the best tool for him to fight against the deadly diseases. So after his surgery and radiation therapy and chemotherapy, he focused on the ketone diet, and his condition was improved greatly after he used ketone diet. And 3 years after his brain cancer diagnosis, he's healthy and happy than ever before. And the ketone diet helped become a best version of himself. And again, based on his own personal experience, he established a company named Fusion Lean. And that's also a company which promotes ketone diet. So he used his own experience to help other people and how to use ketone diet to fight against cancer. The fourth case is Sarah Karen, and he was diagnosed with breast cancer in late December 2012, and that is when she was diagnosed with cancer late December. So, and all his doctors went on to this Christmas vacations, and so she has 2 weeks window to do research. And what is amazing is that the 2 weeks research and practice saved his life. And during these 2 weeks, she just did extensive research and decided going to use ketone diet to fight against cancer. After 2 years of research and experimentation, her cancer was completely disappeared. And she not only cured breast cancer, but has full understanding of ketone diet for cancer treatment. Again, as a personal experience, she was passionate for ketone diet. She's now operating a blog on cancer and shares personal experience and knowledge on ketone diet with cancer patients. So all these 4 stories are truly inspirational. You can see all the stuff they never noticed before they get the cancer. They don't know the ketone diet, but after they get this disease, they start the research and they get some efforts, and the ketone diet save all the lives. So all of them nowadays are promoting this ketone diet for cancer treatment. Yeah, that's just the case study. And now I'm come to the scientific foundation for ketone diet for cancer treatment, and that's, we need to go back to the 1924, and Dr. Otto Warburg, and based on extensive research, and find that most cancer cells have abnormal metabolic pathway to generate energy, and that is called Warburg hypothesis. There's major point is that all cancer cells that depend exclusively on glucose for the energy production. We know the normal cells, they have not only can use glucose, they can also use fat. So the fat will be broken down into ketone bodies and can be used as energy for the normal cell to survive. However, the cancer cells don't have this mechanism to use fat as an energy source. That's why when we use ketone diet, because it's a lower carbohydrate and high fat, when you use this energy format, the glucose was consumed very quickly. And for the normal cell, then after this glucose is consumed, they try on the alternative energy source. That is fat, which is break down into ketone bodies, and which are used as energy by the normal cells. But in the cancer cells, they don't have such mechanism to use fat as energy. That's why by eat ketone diet, you can starve these cancer cells. What I need to point out here that all this case report is the people that already get cancer, and then they will try work hard and to find this ketone diet, and they're lucky that they're successfully killed cancer. But we need to know that the cancer cells exist in any body. So all of us have the cancer cells all the time. And so in the normal situation, we have an immune system, and some people maybe practice ketone diet. And so such cancer cells will be automatically limited by this body's system. So what I want to point out is that prevention is much more important than treatment. So that's for most of us, the ketone diet is so cheap and so easy to practice, and that's a great way for us to prevent cancer. And so prevent from happening. This is much more effective and very, very cheap. So what I'm suggesting that try to practice ketone diet. That's one way to prevent this cancers from happening in your body. On the other hand, that ketone diet not only effective for cancer treatment and for cancer prevention, it is also very effective for many other chronic diseases such as obesity. As I mentioned that we're going to teach the body use the fat, so they're going to burn fat for the energy, so it can reduce weight. And also because ketone diet will have reduced the body's inflammatory reaction. So we know this inflammatory reaction will be associated with many different kind of diseases, such as diabetes and degenerative brain diseases. So ketone diet is really, really helpful. If you can, I suggest you're going to try this ketone diet. That is good for your overall health. And I wish this video have some help to you, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye.